Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good evening. Yeah, alright. So today we will move to topic 3. I already upload topic 1 and topic 2 video lecture notes in new. I hope that everybody start to do your revision because for final exam, okay, all of these topic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be included. So I hope that at the same time you read the long notes and also the video lecture notes. All right. So without further ado, supposedly for topic 3, 4, and 5 we'll start with our group assignment. I'll still in my process on to do some amendment on the guideline because I have to suit with this CMCO. I cannot ask you to go for an interview and so forth, right? So what I did was I will do some amendment on it. Later I will upload in Neo and we will discuss on the group assignment. To Fatin, you already set up on the group assignment, right? Okay, so I thank you so much for that. And yeah, all right. So we moving to topic 3, business plan and the management of the small business. Again, I'm greeting Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. All right. So for the topic objective, we do have 5, even though it's just one topic, but it have comprised quite a big subtopic. Okay, number 1, after studying these topics, the student should be able to number 1 explain the purposes of the preparing business plan, then the party that needs a business plan. And the second one, identify the main body and the format of the business plan. And the third one, we will define the characteristic of the small business. And the fourth one, discuss management in the small business. And the last one, comprehend personnel planning. For those who do not know what's mean personnel planning, personnel is referred to your employees, your uh, human capital, your manpower, how we want to plan on how to recruit our manpower in the company. All right. So we're moving for the first subtopic. Okay, what is a business plan? If you ask me what is a business plan, a business plan is some in other way around we call as a proposal or something like a blue print that we have to propose to the company or any investor or banking sectors or any prospect potential businesses suppliers, okay, that would like to do the business with us. Okay, but um, from the text, a business plan is a written document which describes the proposed business or project to be undertaken in the comprehensive manner. Okay, so under business plan, it's very easy. Actually, I have some sample here, but I will, yeah, I have some samples of your friend's business plan here. This is what my previous student did. Okay, and if you realize there is some of the yellow pepper here. Okay, so the yellow pepper is we call as separator, showing that the content comprised inside here. The good news for you all for this semester, because what you have to do was what will you do is you will do e-business proposal, meaning to say you no need to print, because my students said previously they have to print like this. It's almost up to 30 ringgit to 40 ringgit per groups. Yes, because it's quite thick. This one is not so thick, but I have more students, okay, they have more thicker, yeah. Okay, but it's around 30 ringgit to 40 ringgit per report. So for this semester time around, we will do e-business proposal. So meaning to say e-proposal, we will do in a part of soft copy. Yeah, so that is a good things and good news for you all. All right, so I know you will like it. Okay, and then yeah, it is also known as a working paper, business proposal, project paper, or prospectus. Yeah, so this is other name for business plan. All right. So what we will learn, why the reason for whom we preparing this business plan. Okay, number 1 is actually the opportunity for entrepreneur to assess the business venture objectively, critically, and practically. So uh, from this statement, it stated that entrepreneur will have some of the potential, okay, and they will look into who is will be become their partners in their business, and of course they want to look into more on specifically who is what the business they have to do, what is the objective, what is the vision, mission, and the goal and the objective, and they will look into especially in a part of financial form, okay, because they want to know whether the amount of the money that the especially the investor invest towards the business will have critically prepaid and also propose, and then also we might to do for the practically, for example, we want to do, for example, in the administrative plan, how much, how the process, and then where is our company, let's say, and then they want to look how many people that we have to recruit, okay, and then also for the marketing part, we want to know what is the marketing strategies, what is the 4 piece, what is 7 piece, and then we look into our STP, segmentation, targeting, and positioning market, and then we want to look into our SWOT analysis, who what is our strength and what is our weaknesses of our competitors. So objectively, for the point number one is giving some opportunity for entrepreneur to look overall, okay, what is the prospect of the business itself, and the second one to study and evaluate the feasibility of the business. The feasibility in here, we are talking about the potential of the business, okay, we have to do some market survey, we have to do business survey on it. We cannot just relying on just us reading the news and then just looking into from the words of mouths of people, and we have to undergo with itself, okay, we have to particularly we have to do some our market research, because we want to study and evaluate whether the prospect of the business still have some potential or not to be proceed. And then because during this economic, I can say, economic downturn right now, right? So uh, we have to bear in mind, okay, well, after COVID, post COVID right now, so what is actually the prospect business that we can join to, okay, and then this is the best opportunity and chances for, especially for the new entrepreneur, to look into on it. And then the third one, to convince the venture capitalists, investors, and the bankers in order to raise capitals and obtain support for the venture. So when we're talking about to convince in here, it's not easy to convince people when come to money, right? So that's why we need some what we call business proposal in here. In here we have the hard copy one, and I realize nowadays people mostly they use e-business proposal. They just have some the iPad, laptop, and then they just chit chat on restaurant or maybe kedai mamaks, for example, mamak restaurants, right? And then they just have and tabulate certain of presented all the data and the details about their business proposal. So we don't need something like a very formal meeting, for example. But if let's say they want to propose, for example, in the banking sector, for the venture capitalist, certain corporate sector, for example, of course they need some formal procedures on that, right? And then of course when we're talking about to raise capital, we need some investor. We do have many investors, that we have angel investor, okay, and we do have devil investor. So we need to know that whether the real investor really seriously to do the business with us. So we want something that the people that have some 100% commitment towards our business. And the fourth one, as a guideline for day-to-day management of the business, where we're talking about day-to-day management, we're talking about the process of management itself, okay, we're talking about POLC and plus with S, we're talking about the planning, we're talking about organizing, we're talking about the leading, we're talking about the controlling, and we're talking about the staffing. So look into in here, right? So I believe that when we're talking about day-to-day management, is talking about the routine of the process business, and we have to make sure that we guide the certain of planning and strategy, and we make sure that we have the leader that lead in towards who is the good planner, who is the good organizer, who is the good leader, and we're talking about the good controller, and last one is talking about good staffing. Mostly when we learn in principle of management classes, right? So you just know maybe POLC, but I like to add on on the S1, the staffing, because we have to make sure that the right people at the right place, at the right position for each of these coordinations of the management process. With who we're talking about, who is the good planner, who is the good organizer, who is the good leader, and the last one, who is the good controller. All right. The last one, to be able to distribute business resources more effectively, meaning to say that how much that the investor maybe invest towards our business, and how much that our saving to start up for our capital for our business. So we have to make sure that the business resources, especially the financial and the raw materials that we gain, actually we can actually fully utilize on it. And we do have to make sure that the resources might be not totally waste on that. So that's why this is the reasons why we have to prepare on the business plan. And who is the readers of the business plan? So there is a typo here. Okay, business supposedly with double S. So number one, we do have entrepreneurs itself. Of course, among the entrepreneurs itself, they have to do some brainstorming. Okay, we're looking into in the long goals, and also when we're talking about the long journey goals in here, we have to make sure that we are doing the business is not for one day, right? So we are thinking that the business can be maintained and can be sustained, within maybe around 5 years and more. This is the best thing that we have to make sure that um, the entrepreneurs have this a good strategy on that. Okay, even though you have 2.6 billion, let's say, right, the startup capital, but if let's say you don't have that kind of knowledge, okay, that's why entrepreneurs must have the knowledge. Okay, we learned this one in topic one, right? We must have knowledge, and to make sure that entrepreneurs know what they do for their business. And then the second one, the investor, of course the investor want to know where's their money go. So that's why this is important to them to read, okay, meticulously their business proposal, and to make sure that they know that in return how much they will get for their investment. And the third one, we're talking about the bankers. Mostly the bankers looking for how affordability and how secure you are, assurance that you can pay back in terms of your, for example, you maybe take some bank loan. So they want to know whether you can be trust on that, in terms to pay on time. Okay, no delay, no pending payment. So that is the most because the trust can be gained if you make the promise well. So that's why of course the bankers is expected from the entrepreneurs to make sure that you are pay on time. Okay. And then the fourth one, financial assistance provider, as we learned in topic 2, if you still remember, under financial business support system, we do have many agencies, NGOs, not NGOs, the agencies that do provide some financial assistance provider. We have some PUMB, we have MARA, we have some conventional bank. Okay, we have agro bank. Okay, and we also have some agencies that Miti Matri, okay, that really assist on the financial part on the business. Okay, because without them, okay, I believe that the business cannot be proceed. Okay, because this we are being cycled by this kind of business environment system. So of course the business support system must come from those in the financial, in the parts of training, in the parts of technical. So we have 8 system, right? If you remember that we learned in topic 2. And then number 5, the suppliers. This is the most important, because we want to know whether the supplier are able and ready to supply all the requirement by the entrepreneurs itself. Okay, so that's why in the kinds of the what we call business proposal, you have to mention specifically how much the details and the product quantity that you want from the suppliers, and you can actually compare, okay, which the supplier can give a very low cost. Okay, because it's a very important when you want to sell your product to the customer, and the customer able to get a very efficiency cost. Okay, when efficiency cost able to get, when you can get and lowering your raw materials cost. So this is a one cycle. If one process and one cycle, if you able to get a low cost suppliers, of course you can sell at the low cost price. So in order to tackle the heart and the mind of the customer is able to lowering your price and offering at the lower cost with the good quality. You get me? And then the sixth one, we're talking about the customer. Okay, of customer, we are synonym with the words like customer is always right, customer is the king, customer is the queen, right? Customer is always right. So basically when we're talking about the business proposal must be read by the customer, because let's say in a high-end product, okay, like say the customer want to buy the property like building, land, or maybe they want to buy housing. Okay, so the developer of housing mostly they have some prospect for the customer. Okay, so they have to show in terms of the perspective, okay, how the face, for example, the square feet for the house, okay, where is the potential, what is the benefits of this housing. Okay, so yeah, basically it can help much in order to convince the customer to interested, and also to have some interest, and also to have convincing towards our business. Okay, because I believe that this e-business proposal or business proposal itself, whether it hard copy or soft copy, it might give some illustration or give some visualization to those the business itself. And number seven, we do have employees. So employees are very important because they want to know the assurance they work for the company. Okay, so actually for this slide we do have 64 slide. So it's okay student, because I will get to you be right back. Okay, I hope that don't worry, because I will do the second part on this. Okay, I will continue on format overview, because actually student I do have a class and at 1 o'clock face-to-face class, but this one is for the new students. So um I will do it again. I mean, like I will continue on the second part after this with the format overview and the rest of the another main body of the business plan, because in here we are talking about the formatting, okay, on how the format of the business plan. I will show to you the previous students how they did their business proposal. Yeah, that one is a hard copy one, okay, but for yours will be in soft copy. Okay, I will be right back, and stay tuned, and inshallah thank you for listening me. Thank you.